Hey, good morning, everybody. It is wicked early. I think it's like 4:30 in the morning. I just couldn't sleep. I'm out in the shop drinking my Pepsi instead of my coffee this morning, and just had a couple things I wanted to say. Hey, look, I had a really good response for all the stuff that we did for Kevin as far as rebuilding his car. I was really happy with the things, the phone calls and the text messages, and even the stuff comment wise on here. Even though there wasn't a whole lot, and that's fine. But I got more responses off social media, which was incredible. And just wanted to say thanks again for the interest in that. And so, but I do owe you guys an apology, and I hope you'll understand where I'm coming from on this. We built this car and took it back up there to Kevin's on Sunday, and I had every intention to get video of giving him the car and getting his reaction and whatnot. The more I thought about it, I didn't want to do that because I don't in any way want to. I felt like I might be making a mockery out of it, and I didn't want to exploit anything. I never discussed that with either Kevin or his wife. So out of respect for them, I didn't do that at all. Didn't want it to look like something that it wasn't, like it was for the wrong reason. So I opted not to do that. But let me tell you, this guy was he was super excited, and to see him happy and to get out there and do what he loves again was absolutely awesome. It was all out of love. It wasn't for any other reasons. It was just because we think the world of him, and wanted to just spend some time with a guy that's done so much for us. All right, so now three of us. Let me preface this by saying we're not looking for any help on this, but we are going to do something for him that we think will help him out. Now that Kevin's in a wheelchair, his point of view obviously is just a little bit shorter than everybody else's, and we are not able to get him up to the driver's stand. The driver's stand is probably 5 feet high. I don't know that it would support the weight of a chair, and especially a chair with him in it. And then on top of that, the building of a ramp to get him up there would just be incredible. So we kind of came up with an idea. Between his shop and the driver's stand, there's a space of about, let's say, 12 feet. There's already a ramp that goes up to a deck or a small walkway, whatever you want to say, that goes to the face of his building. And so we got to thinking, what if we got him somewhere in between the building and the driver's stand? And so we tested that by just getting him to go up there and sit there, obviously on the ground in a chair, and his position was much better. He could see the track a lot better, but there's still just a little bit. There's improvement that could be made by getting him elevated just a little bit. So me and two guys have talked about this, and so what we pitched to him this weekend was going up there and taking down the end rail of that little walkway at the end of his building and adding more walkway, and then turning it at a 90-degree angle and taking it out to the edge of the track, which will elevate him, let's say, between 1.5 feet and 2 feet, right? And give him much higher overview, and it should work out great. And so we talked to him about it, see if he was open to it, and he said yeah. So guess what? We're going to do it. So what this is going to entail is we're going to move it out about 7 feet. We're going to extend it 7 feet. Sounds odd, but if I go 8 feet, then there's no room for him to get a chair between the proposed extension that we're going to make and the driver's stand. So we're going to go 7 feet. He's still got access between the two. Then turn that ramp at a 90-degree angle, carry it up to the edge of the track, not right to the edge, but just before it. And we're going to stop the rails before you get there. Now, I know it says everybody's going to say, oh my gosh, that's kind of dangerous. No. We've already considered that. The reason for stopping the rails is so nothing's in direct line of sight, right? Obviously. So by doing that, we realize that there's, turning that chair around or whatever, it could be a little dicey. So at the bottom, at the floor, we're going to put a raised wall, probably 6 to 8 inches high. So the chair can bump, it can bump into it. No chance of it going over. we're getting everything together. I've started laying out the drawing, which is not much, but it's helping me to get all the material list together, and I can get an estimate on the cost of this thing, which shouldn't be much. And then we're going to get everything together, and all three of us are going to take a weekend and go up there and knock it out. Looking forward to that. The things you do, The past weekend, along with delivering the car, Eric went up there and got the lights working at the track again. And so we replaced all the bulbs around there. So now, dude, man's all got to go up there and roll up to the panel. Click, lights are on. Just like it used to be. We're getting this thing to where he can get out there and enjoy it and not have issues. We're going to do a little bit of repair on the inside wall to aid in him not going over the wall and having to roll out there and try to get his car out of the infield. Just whatever we can do to try to make it a little more accessible, a little more useful, and so he can enjoy it a lot more. We're getting those things together. The tough part is going to be coordinating the time between us three, and getting everybody up there and doing this thing. But I think we can knock it out in a day. Look for bid to come on that, and as soon as I get the okay to put him on film, on camera, I'll do so. It's just a respect thing, I'd rather go that way than for it to look some way that I didn't intend it to look. But again, thanks for all the support, thanks for all the inquiries, and just thanks for taking a look. And love you guys. That's all I can say. Take good care. We'll catch you soon. Later.